Hi, my name is Mel, and this presentation explores the concept of defense in depth, a layered cybersecurity strategy that integrates multiple security measures to protect information systems from evolving threats. We will discover its principles, layers, and technical implementations to enhance organizational security. We will begin with an introduction to defense in depth, followed by an examination of its various layers. Then we will delve into specific network measures such as perimeter and network security, authentication, endpoint protection, and data security. Finally, we'll discuss monitoring, incident response, and human factors in cybersecurity. Understanding the fundamentals of defense in depth is critical. This section uncovers its definition, historical evolution, and why it remains vital in today's cybersecurity landscape. Defense in depth is a strategic approach that uses multiple layers of security controls to protect data and systems. Its core principles include redundancy, diversity, and layered protection to mitigate risks effectively. The concept originated from military defense strategies and evolved to cybersecurity to address complex threat environments. It has grown to incorporate technological advances and adaptive security measures. With increasing cyber threats, defense in depth provides comprehensive protection against breaches by ensuring that if one layer fails, the others remain to secure critical assets. The following section explores the various layers that constitute defense in depth, from physical security to endpoint protections, highlighting their roles in holistic security posture. Physical security protects hardware and infrastructure from unauthorized access through controls like locks, surveillance, and environmental safeguards. Network security involves methods such as firewalls, network segmentation, and encryption to safeguard data in transit and prevent unauthorized network access. This layer focuses on securing individual devices, so this is host and endpoint security, devices via antivirus software, patch management, and access controls to prevent endpoint vulnerabilities. Perimeter security forms the frontline defense, controlling traffic and access at network boundaries with specialized tools and configurations. Firewalls filter network traffic based on predefined rules. Types include packet filtering, stateful inspection, and next-generation firewalls with specific functions to enhance security. Intrusion detection systems and intrusion protection systems monitor network activity to detect and prevent malicious behavior, providing real-time threat detection response capabilities. Demilitarized zones, or DMZs, segment public-facing services to isolate them from internal networks, reducing the risk exposure of critical assets from external threats. And honestly, everyone should be performing network segmentation, okay? And you use like network routers and switches to do that you can program to also firewalls at every section, and user authentication for going into like the most important areas. The following section covers advanced network security mechanisms that enhance confidentiality, integrity, and availability, known as the CIA triad of data communications, VPNs, or virtual private networks, establish secure tunnels over public networks, encrypting data to protect remote access and ensure privacy. Network segmentation provides a network into smaller parts. Okay, so divides it into smaller parts to limit access, contain breaches. Microsegmentation applies this control at a granular level for tighter control. Okay, so this is important that you do this too. Protocols such as SSL, or Secure Socket Layer, and TSL, Transport Layer Security, and SSH, Secure Shell Host, provide encryption communication channels, safeguarding data exchanges against encryption and tampering. Proper authentication and access controls ensure only authorized users can access systems and data, reducing insider and external threats. MFA, which I've made a separate video, or I'm going to make a separate video about, enhances security by requiring multiple verification methods such as passwords, plus tokens or biometrics to validate user identities. Role-based access control, or RBAC, limits user access based on roles and responsibilities, ensuring users only have the permissions necessary to perform their tasks. So you can also use the principle of least privilege, giving them only enough access to what they absolutely need for their role. Privileged access management controls and monitors high-level user accounts to prevent misuse and reduce risk associated with elevated privileges. And you definitely do not want someone to have like high-level access all the time. You can grant them high-level access on like specific events or specific time or specific tasks, okay, and all other different things too. Endpoints are common attack vectors, so this would be servers, laptops, tablets, computers, mobile phones. This section covers tools and techniques to protect devices from malware and vulnerabilities. These tools detect, quarantine and remove malicious software, providing essential defense against common threats on endpoints. Regular patching, which means upgrading software to remove errors and known bugs and fix problems that might have allowed access. That's what patching means. Ensure software vulnerabilities are fixed promptly to prevent exploitation by attackers. Whitelisting permits only approved applications to run, while sandboxing isolates applications to contain potential threats, and this is something you should be doing as well. Protecting data is fundamental. This section explores methods to secure data both at rest and in transit using encryption and other techniques. Data at rest refers to stored data requiring encryption to prevent unauthorized access, while data in transit involves securing data during transmission. Encryption algorithms like AES, RSA, and ECC provide confidentiality and integrity by transforming data into unreadable formats for unauthorized users. Techniques include access controls, encryption, and activity monitoring to safeguard sensitive information in databases. Continuous monitoring and logging detect security incidents early, while auditing ensures compliance and helps with forensic investigations. Security Information and Event Management, or SIEM, Systems aggregate and analyze security data from multiple sources to provide real-time alerts and comprehensive threat visibility. Analyzing logs and helps identify anomalies. Retention policies ensure logs are preserved securely for compliance and investigation. These techniques involve ongoing surveillance of systems and networks to promptly detect and respond to security threats. Effective incident response minimizes damage from security breaches. This section outlines planning, forensic analysis, and recovery strategies. Clear documented procedures guide teams in identifying, containing, and mitigating security incidents effectively. So you should have incident response plans. You should have playbooks and runbooks. Okay, so incident response, how are you going to do that? You should also have recovery plans, risk plans, all these sorts of things. This is something that you need to have. Forensics allows collecting and analysing digital evidence to understand the breach and support any legal actions if necessary. These plans ensure critical systems can be restored quickly and business operations can continue with minimal disruption after incidents. And having disaster recovery plans and business continuity is really, really important. Okay, that's something that every company should have. Human behaviour often influences security. The following section addresses training, social engineering risks, and enforcing security policies. Regular training empowers employees and users to recognise threats and follow best practices to maintain organisational security. And this is something you should be doing every 6 months. Regular training, and honestly put out regular videos for everyday users of your company. Okay, put out fun videos to help with this. This is something, okay, because a lot of the problem just comes from people who don't know what they're doing or trying something they didn't know they shouldn't, and things like that, okay? Understanding tactics like phishing and impersonation helps users avoid falling victim to manipulation by attackers. Enforcing security policies ensures consistent protection and compliance with regulatory requirements across the organisation. Okay, so in conclusion, defence's depth is essential for cybersecurity that layers multiple defences to protect against sophisticated threats. Okay, so persistent advanced threats, including those as well. Okay, by integrating technical, procedural, and human elements, organisations can provide resilient security postures. Thank you for your time.